University of Tennessee System. 5 campuses, one just for you.
October, as you know, is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we talk often on the show about the importance of getting your mammograms. Very seldom, though, do we talk with the radiologists who are reading those mammograms. We're very happy this morning to have Dr. James Martin. He is a radiologist with Parkridge Health System. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
So you're going to give us a little bit of a history lesson, which I think is very relevant because I've said this before. I remember, you remember, the days when you would whisper the word breast cancer. You just didn't even talk about it. And the ability to detect it was just not nearly as advanced as it is now. So when you talk about getting your mammogram, this is state of the art now that women are able to come in and get.
It really is. Mammography's been around for decades, but used to just develop film. But then about 20 years ago, it went digital, and that includes computer-aided detection, which is an algorithm built into the machine that can, it's a pattern recognition, looking for asymmetries, abnormal calcifications, that kind of brings it to your attention. That's been around for a while as well. But now we have 3D mammography, which takes it a step further. The machine actually takes little tomographic slices through the breast and stacks them up, and does create an image, but you can also scroll through all the individual little slices, which makes it better for picking up tiny asymmetries, calcifications, things like that. It makes it more sensitive.
So when that was first hitting the market, I remember one of the big pushes about it was for women who had dense breast tissue, it was especially beneficial.
That is correct, because you can see through the tissue better. With these thin slices, you can visualize things better. So for dense breasts, absolutely. So,
but now it's just kind of the standard bearer. Y'all have a new unit at your Jasper location, Parkridge West. That's also 3D.
That's correct. It's all 3D. Parkridge is all 3D.
So you're not going to take any chances?
No, it's all 3D. It's kind of become the standard now. Now, in addition to that, now we have AI on board.
Oh, how is that being used?
So AI is kind of like like CAD, but it's even better. So we're utilizing that with our 3D mammos at Parkridge.
So you were telling me that this is understandably heavily regulated by the FDA.
It is. It's heavily regulated.
But when a woman comes in to have a mammogram, I don't care who you are, you kind of hold your breath a little bit, hoping for a good reading. Where do you as the radiologist come into play in looking at it? Are you looking at it immediately, and then if you see something, you're calling oncology?
No, the way it works is so you come in, there's two kinds of, there's screening mammography and then diagnostic mammography. Screening mammography is just literally for screening, and it's recommended women 40 or older once a year should have a screening mammogram. And breast self-exam is also important. So so most of the screeners are normal or unchanged. You are always comparing to priors. That's another thing about having them every year, because we stack up all your mammograms, we can compare to all your previous years. We look for changes.
Okay.
That's very important to have it every year. So we compare, looking for subtle changes.
So pause, but even if a woman has never gone to you before at Parkridge, y'all would be able to have access to her old files?
Oh yeah, all the time. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
We can get stuff from other facilities and compare. We do it all the time.
Okay.
So you don't have to go to the same facility all the time. It's good, but you don't have to.
Okay. So you get the initial screening.
So screening, and then if the radiologist thinks it's called a callback. If the woman needs to come back, if he sees a little change or wants to clarify something, then she comes back for a diagnostic mammogram.
Okay.
So that's kind of a callback from an abnormal screening. And then the other kind of diagnostic is if a woman's having a clinical problem. She's feeling something, having pain, nipple discharge, something like that. That's another reason for a diagnostic mammogram, which is kind of a different kind of thing. A radiologist is on site managing what's going on.
But there are some kind of protocols, if you will. I mean, we've all been there where you see something and you think, I wonder if the technician reading it can tell me what he or she sees. They're really not at liberty to say.
No,
right?
They're not really supposed to. I mean, and I think a lot of them just kind of avoid that. I mean, the technologist that takes the images, that's what her job is, to take the images.
Right.
And then she turns them in to us, and then we read them.
So for you as a radiologist, with the advance of 3D, we've got a couple of minutes left, since you mentioned it can go into those individual layers.
Yes.
Have you had times where you thought, wow, if I had not had this 3D, I would have missed it?
Yes. Yes, for sure. Especially like little spiculated areas. Was one of the things we look for is like asymmetries, suspicious calcifications, and then these little spiculated. Sometimes these cancers will develop these spiculations, and it kind of retracts. The mass will kind of start retracting the breast. That's why you start getting, when they get big enough and start retracting, that's when you get the nipple retraction and the dimpling that you can see when it gets big enough.
And when you've been doing this for a number of years, nothing against anybody who's new coming into the field, but when you've been doing it for a number of years, do you just kind of know how to see something that doesn't look quite right and pursue it even more?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of advantage to having a lot of experience.
Okay, y'all are appointment only, highly recommended.
Yeah, appointment. Yes, that's right. It's usually you have an appointment.
Okay. And just come in, whether it's October, November, or January, you want to make sure you do this every year beginning when you're 40. Interesting to know the comparison. That makes those annual screenings make a lot more sense now. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Here's where you can find them at the 3 locations, Parkridge on Macaulay, and then the east and west locations as well. All of it in one website, parkridgehealth.com. 698-6061 is their phone number. Thanks.
Thank you.
At Onward Chattanooga Homes, Jason Carr and his team bring unmatched knowledge of the neighborhoods you love.
Whether it's Chattanooga or North Georgia, we're not just your agent, we're your neighbors. So let's move onward together.
Call Onward